Welcome to my digital Lego city. It's not real, it's digital. In this update, I've added a place for people to unwind with a beer. It's a bar with a microbrewery. The one big difference in this building is that I've fully built out the interior. It's something I always wanted to do, and I had a lot of fun building it. The bar was inspired by the many eating establishments that take over the locations of industrial buildings. In my city, this building was a warehouse to unload cargo, but now it's a trendy bar with a rooftop patio. Sometimes, when I have a few extra minutes, I travel around to different places on Google Maps for inspiration. These days, I go to cities with a lot of older industrial neighborhoods like New York, Chicago, and Pittsburgh, just to mention a few. I randomly found myself in Cleveland, and eventually I panned the camera and saw this view. From the street level, I really liked the shape and I knew it was going to work well for the exterior of my bar. I wasn't going to reproduce the entire building. As we can see, it's actually part of a larger complex. I just wanted to take inspiration from only this portion here. So this is my version of it. For the interior, I took inspiration from a few brew pubs. I wanted to capture the ambience of a cozy, friendly bar. I saw a lot of custom printed Lego beer bottles and cases, so I reproduced them in my digital Lego city so you can also see what they might look like in your real Lego builds. I also replicated some custom Lego prints of old bar signs to hang around the interior just like in a real bar. The bar boasts a diverse selection of liquors. There is a service elevator that brings up food here and to the floor above, as I envision the kitchen and bathroom are located in the basement. Looks like some factory workers are having an after-work drink. At the end of the bar, I put the brewing and bottling equipment. It's a twisted set of pipes all linking various stainless metal tanks. I've modeled it in size to the local microbreweries I've been to. Most don't section off the tanks and keep them fully visible to the bar patrons. Even though the bar customers are having a great time, there's still work to do. I imagine most of the building's roll-up doors are deactivated, with this one here the only one that's used to offload supplies for the bar and load beer for shipping. When I set out to design this building and reimagine its transformation from a rugged warehouse into a lively bar, I wanted to make sure I kept the soul of the building. One of the most interesting features was the old tracks leading into the warehouse. We've all seen renovations where the spur tracks remain outside, hinting at a building's industrial past. However, in many cases, on the inside of the structure, tracks are overlaid with concrete and are no longer visible. I'm really interested in places that do the opposite, where tracks are left exposed and incorporated into the interior design. Take 37 Bridge Street in Brooklyn, for example. When this old soap factory was converted into condos, the original tracks were retained and became a striking design feature in the lobby. I really like that homage to history, and I wanted to bring it into my craft brewery. Here, the left track ends inside the warehouse, while the right one travels through the old covered loading dock and continues outside, eventually becoming partially buried under the pavement. The tracks end some unknown distance down the alley, with only the cracks to hint at its existence. The second floor provides more additional seating. There's a small bar to service it, and it has this balcony that looks over the brewing tanks. Oh hey! Looks like all the irritated bosses of the local factories are having a drink. Probably complaining about their own bosses. At least they have a place to unwind and enjoy a drink. One of the main features of this bar is the large rooftop patio. This provides a space where people can come and enjoy a drink on a warm summer's night. I wanted to create a light-filled, lively, and energetic space. Greenery and a flowery and vine-covered pagoda in the center provide ample shade from the sun. I can imagine the shoreline view to be a stunning area to unwind with a beer. As expected, it's pretty crowded up here. The interior actually took a while to make, as I wanted to make sure I tried not to duplicate too many of the minifig faces and clothes. Minifigs are the most painful items to export out of Stud.io. Even if it has it in its library, many don't export properly. For many of them, I had to generate the texture in Blender from a photo of the minifig I found using Google, so it was a time-consuming process. But I really like the final look of the patio and all the details from the minifigs. On the track-facing side, there is a small driveway for the garbage bins, and at the back, a messy outdoor storage area for the brewery, followed by an area where used bottles are stacked for eventual recycling. On the other side of the bar, I left a strip of dark gray tiles, mostly unoccupied. I'm not sure what will eventually go beside the bar or how much open space will remain between them, so this layout is just temporary. And look, some workers are having a break. But even here, there's always an unhappy boss watching. Break time is over. That's it for this episode. I really like how the building turned out. I think ideally, it would have been a few studs narrower, but I really wanted to have 2 tracks that serviced the warehouse, or at least used to, so the extra width between the tracks was needed to make it look correct. I think the bar brings a lively, recreational spot to my city, breaking up the factories, but I still like how it blends with the surrounding architecture and utilizes the concept of reusing old factory spaces for other uses, like we see in real life. In the next episode, I'm going to start building towards the future canal and locks, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching!